Hello, welcome to another movie review here on my channel. Today I'm going to look at The Campaign, a comedy movie starring Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis. That guy from The Hangover. Anyway, this movie is basically about mayor, I think it was, or a guy sitting in the Senate, I don't know, Senate or what it's called. He's a big guy in politics anyway, and usually every year he just apply to basically still sit at his spot, and nobody's basically fighting with him over to being the big politic guy. Politician basically. But after a while, a company that is basically trying to, well, make it cheaper, well, not cheaper, they're trying to get, well, Chinese labor in their state basically, and but the company gets a no from Will Ferrell's character, so they are trying to find another candidate to basically fight for this big politician spot. And there basically Zach's character come in, that is basically a lovable guy that is a little bit, well, he's a happy guy, basically living a perfect life with dogs, wife, 2 children and everything, and you can see that he is living his life, he is happy. These guys from the company are going to him and say, why don't you just apply for being the mayor or whatever it was called, and he accepts, and later on during this time he's getting more and more of a douchebag against his family, he's not being that nice, but in the end he basically get over it and becomes the lovable guy he was in the beginning. And during this movie he will also get Will Ferrell's character to be a nice guy as well. And that is basically the story. But in the end, well, the final part is that Will Ferrell's character basically wins with, I don't know how much it was, but around 60% of the votes or something like that, but he declines to become to still be the big politician, and gives the role to Zach's character, and that is how it ends. The Campaign is a really funny movie in my opinion. It has a lot of standout characters. For the most part, Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis characters are the most amazing in this movie. They, in my opinion, give their all into these roles basically. They are really funny and really interesting to watch. Side characters can be up and down and a little bit over the top when it comes to actually acting and how their characters are basically portrayed. When it comes to the storyline, it is a decent one. It basically is a storyline that I can see actually happening. Maybe not that the Chinese labor will come to the United States, but somewhat similar that a big company want a politician actually applying to, well, or trying to get their own politician to actually apply for being this big politician in this state, and or mayor, I can't remember, and basically get their bidding. So yeah, as I say, they are a really fun movie. When it comes to effects and environments, the environments are in a small town that is really just a small town. It is fun to watch sometimes how they actually go around and are bringing themselves and trying to get votes basically. When it comes to effects, there isn't that many, but of course there are some. It isn't any that basically stands out, but this movie basically didn't need that much of effects because it is just a comedy that is trying to make funny jokes and everything, and it succeeds for the most part in that department. But of course, sometimes they are over the top and going too far with their jokes. That is what every comedy basically are doing nowadays. I can't remember when this was released. I think it was in 2008 sometime. 12 actually. Wow. That shows a little bit about the, that explains a little bit about the comedy style basically. But sometimes they're going over the top and are getting a little bit more annoying. But overall, it's a funny comedy movie that I actually recommend. Overall, the rating are going to be a 7.8 out of 10. It's a fun movie that will give you some laughs, maybe not all the time, but will give you enough laughs to actually see this as a good movie or a comedy, in my opinion. And that was all for today, folks. Hope to see you next time. Bye.